Welcome back to round 3. Yeah, round 3 of the WMSC Championship. Here you can see the driver standings. We up it to P8 actually. Oh yeah. And we in the standings we are P5 as we saw last race at the end of the race on the video. Anyway, we're back here at Kylami and it is raining. It's full wet. You might actually think that's full wet, but we don't have any other wet choices. So there's no intermediate in this series, so it's basically wet and that's it. And another thing you can see as well on this onboard is the color of the car has changed, and that is because we are doing a special livery here today. As you can see now on screen, these are some pictures of it. It's basically an Eddie Jordan livery inspired by his Jordans past years. So we thought as a team, like, why not just put in a little special livery for today, as a little bit of a tribute to him. As you can see, Axel's up ahead of us. Obviously, we're also just doing a lap just to try and get used to the wet tires, because obviously quali was also wet. Actually, there's no footage of that. I forgot to record that once again, so apologies for that. I qualified P7, and my teammate Alex qualified P10 on the grid. It was basically just get the lap in the middle position somewhere. It was the driest, so it was quickest, and I think I nailed it. Maybe a little bit later would have been a little bit better, but you know, it was a bit of a shot in the dark anyway. So P7 is still good. We are.
Let's go. You're starting on the bad side, I see.
We are now going into the formation lap. It's still raining. What this game does really well is it continues the weather from the warm-up into the race. So that means that basically tire strategy was pretty straight, just start and wet and see from there what happens with the rain. But yeah, this start, which you can about to see, is going to be pretty chaotic. As we now come back at the end of the formation lap. We're doing formation laps as well now. We didn't see that last race obviously because I didn't record it, but now we do have it. So first time seeing the formation lap, yeah, it's just a bit more calm going to race. I overshoot it. I don't know why I did that or how I did that, but I'm a bit of an idiot. I got my clutch working as well this time, so I can start in second.
Just stay calm.
Normally I would just shift up as soon as the lights went out from neutral to 1, but now obviously it's wet, so it's going to be a lot more difficult to do that.
I'm gonna ride with you, Micah.
So I just put my clutch in, it works, I can accelerate on second gear, which is perfect, and it was a lot better, and I had to get used to it obviously still.
Yeah,
but,
because on this ride is tiny.
Yeah, that's that.
Good luck, guys.
As we now go to 5 red lights for this Kyalami race. P7 on the grid, lights are out and we're underway. It's a decent start, I would say, better than previous races, but we can see now that Beta Julia in the mirror is coming straight up our inside, actually just on our outside, and is ahead of us. It's a brilliant start. I think that's Daniel Benton Reader. Going to turn 1, we take the inside line, which is pretty safe. We get through pretty nicely. I think a lot of people got through pretty nicely anyways, but I was not taking any risk because I haven't really done any wet racing this season. We all of us haven't. And we had a bit of lag as well, which I didn't expect before. Because of all the spray, the game just lags a little bit more compared to when it's dry. So, yeah. As you can see, we are now watching a fight between the Beta Julia and the URC car. I think it's Curtis up ahead. I think here I put Aaron Curtis, he's up ahead. URC is pretty much our rival for the moment, with our car performances are going right now. URC is doing a very good job, getting past Curtis would be a very good thing, because right now we're behind them in the championship, so every position that we gain on them is good.
Will be a penalty for Laflamme, surely?
Oh yeah, we saw an incident before where Axel accidentally went into the back of Beckley, I think. Beckley went off track and he lost a lot of positions and obviously had damage. So
I don't see anything and I have low FPS all the time, but anyway.
Yeah, I had that as well at the start. It's a lot less bad now, but...
Yeah, exactly. Bad FPS, but now it's going to be a little bit better because obviously there's not as much spray as the start. So,
good job, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Alex got past free Goto, which is good. So he's now P7 and 8, which is decent.
Too early, Micah.
Yeah, I fucked up.
With a VSC, and I clicked the VSC button again to stream, just like last race as well.
Inside
So
line, inside line, inside line, inside line.
we lost some valuable time with that.
2, 1, go.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah, restart was a bit shaky, but we got through. Unfortunately, not too bad. Now it's just about getting back into Curtis's second, because this is clicking it too early. Basically lost us about 2.5 to 3 seconds, probably. I don't know for sure. Actually, it says 2 seconds now, so basically lost about a bit more than 1 second. You can see Paolo Kylami coming up ahead of us, which normally isn't a good sign. As we now catch up to him even more going into turn 1. As you can see, our delta's also getting better and better because the grip is getting better. You can already see a bit of a dry line forming anyway, so but Kylami just doesn't go through, doesn't let us through, and it's just holding us up so much. I put an eye in the chat before because of that. I think Kylami got a warning again for that.
Michael, was it about blue flag?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
Kylami again.
Kylami.
Okay.
Am I catching Curtis?
I think so, yeah. You're pulling away from me at least.
Okay, some guys are trying dry tires already, but they are just slow and sliding all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, try to conserve your tires, you know.
Yeah, as you can see, I got one off track there, which isn't obviously a good thing. People are big boxing for these dry tires already here now, because pretty much from the start on, there was no new rain, it was just a wet track. So it still says 40%, I think, on that. The white is the track dampness, and the blue is how much rain there actually is. So it's obviously down to 15% now, and that pretty much means with the dry line, obviously, because that is forming. Offline, you're going to see as well. It's just very tricky and very slippy. But on the dry line, it's basically dry. So yeah, we basically went to the soft tires from here on. And offline basically is still very wet. So off this pit exit, there's a wet. From the red gone now, we can cross over into the track, which I do. That is part of the track, so we can do that before it says on the track basically. But that's all fine. Going to turn 1, just seeing out how wet it is.
Oh!
What happened?
Somebody spun off Curtis, I think.
That is very positive for us. That lost us quite a bit of time, so...
Good.
Oh my god!
Just keep it on track.
I'm off track.
Keep it on track.
As you can see, we're losing the car because of the wet line.
Oh, he's like on the inside of the curb, be careful.
Virtual safety car, please slow down.
Drive like half speed.
Not full speed,
Not full speed.
Drive eye, right eye.
Basically, a lot of other drivers, when it's VSC, you have to not drive full speed, it's half speed only. And it basically, acts like a full safety car, so we're catching back up to the leaders. But a lot of drivers here were driving full speed, which basically lost us a ton of time, so that is why we put some eyes in there, and there were a lot of penalties giving out, so that's really good. People just on the straights went full speed, and that is obviously not the way to go. I was scared because I didn't want to lose out, time. Position wise, we are P5. So we've gained a bit of time, and we're going to actually go into the pits now, because I didn't see that we were going to lose a lot of positions or anything, and having fresh performance tires always is better. I don't think a lot of people drove with the option tire this race, because it was just not going to be good enough and not fast enough compared to these performance, especially in the half damp track. So into the pits we go. We do a double stack with Axel, not Axel, but Alex. And we go back on track. We lose a position, but Gino is on the primes, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, that means that we should be, so much faster than them. But it might be a problem, because obviously this track isn't that promotive of overtaking, and if you don't overtake in turn 1 basically, or in this next upcoming turn, it's just not happening. So that was not ideal. Betty Reed are also on the lead.
Yeah, but he, he hasn't stopped, so...
Yeah, he's gonna be cooked.
Catch up to the queue, so if somebody went in, pull not to run into somebody.
Penalties to Bendenrieder, Mono and Pushke, ignoring safety car procedure.
Yeah, nice. Good for us,
Yes.
Because, that's our main rival.
Pushka, right?
Yeah, Pushka as well, and Was it Poland's? A band reader I heard, but I'm not sure if it was Poland's as well. Okay, I think it's one more. Where is it?
They're going. Wait, what?
Be careful, I'm not sure.
Yeah, same.
It seems we're going. Yeah.
Alright, weird how this went. There was no word on how if there was going to be a restart, but there was.
Try to get to Giano.
And that means that we basically don't have the run on Gino that we wanted to have, because obviously he's on the prime tire, so this is going to be a lot slower. And we wanted to pass here, but I couldn't because I was too far back because I didn't know if we could go full gas yet. So
don't get damaged.
trying it here, but just not enough. We just didn't have. We couldn't brake too much later there because it's a short braking zone there.
Can maybe get him in the fast right-hander. Try a different line.
And as you can see, we've got a lot of understeer because of the dirty air, and it's just impossible to get close, to keep it close. So, you know, we just couldn't make any overtakes, and it's losing us. But race time to Pushka, as we're now right up the back of Gino, not making any, not being able to make a move. And this also doesn't help, making us getting us a late dive move in this hairpin. But we now go through this hairpin, and now we need to try and get as close as we can before the race straight. That was what I was thinking right now, because here it's not going to be possible, we're too far back. Gino did a good job this lap of defending as well, I must say, but I didn't want to lose any damage or any, parts, because obviously that was going to be a lot of, it's going to hurt us a lot, because we're only in lap 18, so, that's not ideal. As we go now through the last corner, I think I got a little bit of an better exit, or I just closed up along the braking zone. Slipstream now, we can actually use this lap this time. We close up rapidly to Gino. No, he's also already lost about 5 seconds in one lap compared to the top runner. So we lost a ton of time, and that's not good. We got past the no now, and we can finally move on to Daniel Benton Reader now ahead of us. He dropped back from P1. He was P1, but obviously the Beta Julia just isn't as fast as the other cars on this grid. I remember that they've got the best power, I think. They've got very good train and sleep speed, but that's about it. A lot of their speed, I mean, they're very fast, but in the race they're just not. And they do a bit of strategy calls that are a bit questionable, because I think he was also on a different tire compared to all of us. So, they lost a lot of time with that.
Yeah.
So he's in the pits now. We are already 13 seconds behind Pushkin. Lap 26 actually, so a lot of a big jump, but there's not a lot happening.
High 17.
I think you should pit because you may get undercut by La Flamme.
We're P2 right now, lap 34, I think. Yeah, this is 34 because it's counting differently.
Bruno fucked it up. He stood 15 seconds for his 15-second time penalty, but that's not possible. You just
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have 10 seconds
Jannis, do a pit, Jannis.
yeah, go in.
For performance?
Soft again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so big thing here, Murno made a bit of a mistake, and he, if you have a 5-second or 10-second penalty in this league, you basically have to go into the pits, do your pit stop, and then at the end of the pit lane you have to go back into it, wait 5 seconds, and then go. But if you have a 10-second, you can't stand still for 10 seconds, you have to do it on another stop and do 2 times 5 seconds basically. So what Murno did wrong here, he went into the pits, waited 15 seconds, and that's not allowed. So we had to do another penalty. Not because he did it wrong, but because he just did 5 seconds. So we basically lost 10 seconds because of a mistake of his own. It's in the rules, it was a bit confusing, but it has been repeated quite a lot of times of how it works. So I'm just confused and surprised that he didn't know it.
I'm checking.
I think
he also was stuck behind Gino.
Curtis Pitts.
Curtis Pitts now ahead of us. So I wanted to show a lot of overtakes this race, but we just didn't have many because there's just a lot of pit stops that helped us. And Danny Weller now ahead of us in the, I think it's the Lucky Hamish Racing. They've got us a couple of points on the board as well. I think they're P8 now in the standings, or not P8, but P6 or something in the standings.
So he has 5 seconds more. Then he's not at first.
Axel Pitts.
What the? Dude.
Just
what an idiot.
Concentrate, please.
Oh, Murno's quick. Oh, Murno pit.
Okay, so yeah, we're getting overtaken by Murno now because obviously the car is just completely different. We just don't have the performance against them. But you know, that incident was just not ideal. It lost his nose damage, which is not that bad in this game.
Incident
Granted,
between Jäger and
wing
Swift
damage is
and
way
Overwatch.
worse, like proper wing damage, but I actually don't know if that is wing damage. But anyways, it's just not ideal, and from getting that for back
God.
markers, we were just fighting and doing stuff like that.
Oh my
What
god.
am I doing? I'm a bit of a numpty here, but yeah, basically I was just very angry at that, and I think they did get some. Actually, it wasn't a race. There weren't any penalties given out because of that, and I was a bit confused on that. I just didn't know where to go, and they were just moving very, you know, erratically, and I just didn't really know what to do. So, you know, that contact is unfortunate, no ideal, but it happens. And we just move on.
No.
He's now behind Diego, who locks up, so that's an easy overtake. But again, they're just not going out of the way that easily. It's just they don't want to lose too much time. Obviously, I understand that, but I mean, if you just you know, I'm right there, mate. You have to do it before the corner. In the corner is just weird, or after the corner. But obviously, that's the corner of understeer, and in this game, in this mod and game, understeer is gigantic behind another car, basically in dirty air. It's ridiculous. It's so hard to follow someone.
Okay, so just for information, your tires are 3 laps younger than Raflam's.
I know, but I got damage and I'm losing time to him right now. It's now damp.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's raining again. It's lap 56 as well, so a lot of boring points in spots
keep on for 1 lap.
of the race. It wasn't that eventful. We just did a race.
On the next lap already. At the end of this lap, right?
On this lap.
Yeah,
This lap.
this lap.
Okay.
So we're pitting this lap to the wet tires again because they just got very wet very quick. And I think we did it pretty much on the right lap, I want to say. I'm not completely sure, but we could have maybe done 1 lap with a little bit fast time. But I think at the end of the day we just did it on the safe route, and you didn't want to lose too many positions or lose the car or whatever. So we went to the wet tires.
Yeah,
Another update I want to give you: Axel had a lot of penalties. I think he had 15 seconds plus a drive-through in this race. And I think he's right behind or right in front of Alex at the moment. Oh wait,
Yeah,
actually, yeah, he's ahead of us now. He's pitting now. As you can see, I'm going to get ahead of him. There he goes. And he's going to probably either fall right in front of Alex or right behind Alex.
Yeah, served it.
He served the penalty as well, 5 seconds. So from now on, what Alex is
Okay,
behind,
there
I
goes.
think that
Might
is
be close.
net race
Yeah,
time.
there
So
he
if he can catch us and overtake us, we lose a position. And right now we're in a good P4.
Get him.
Which is a very good position, and we really want to keep that. But you know, Axel is in a vanguard, and that's I think this race was either the fastest or the second fastest team,
I'm off track.
and that doesn't help either. Going off track by just understeer. I didn't understand last lap that didn't happen, but this lap it just didn't grip up. So you know, Axel right now is 5 seconds behind us. He's catching rapidly. He's lap 62. I was calculating if he could make it 4.8. It's not 4.4 now, so he's catching a lot of time, and we only have 5 laps left. So we just actually I think it was 3 after this one. But you know, it was just like I can't let him lose too much time,
Raflam made a mistake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and that's a very big W.
Oh, then break.
Yeah,
Okay.
spun. Oh, he has damage. He has damage.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to tell you, Micah, if he would catch up to you, just try to provoke him and he'll get disqualified.
Suspension maybe. You might get him.
Okay, I'm trying.
So yeah,
Then steering for him.
obviously
Check in.
that isn't who I am. Alex asked me to provoke him. You know, I'm good friends with Alex, so I don't want to do
Nope.
that stuff. Because obviously, if he's a lot quicker, then he's just gonna pass.
Rear wing.
Daniel Benter reader
Reader.
Yeah.
lost his car and it's completely broken now. The rear wing's gone. But as I was saying, I mean, Axel was a good friend. We've been practicing together. We've been having chats together. So, you know, me and him are good friends. We want to do maybe an endurance race at some point as well with our team we've just created. So, you know, we're good friends, and I just don't want to do some dirty things in the race because I don't think he deserves it, and I want to drive as clean as possible. So, you know, the provoking. I understand what Alex is saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Provoking can be clean, but I don't know. I'm not a person who would be doing that. But I mean, for racing, you can do anything in the car where you have to be competitive. So, you know, I don't know what I would have done if he did catch up and how bad I would have defended. But you know, I'm just happy he didn't catch up and he spun. So yeah, we were hoping that because he had damage, we could get Alex to maybe overtake him on the last lap, or you know, on one of the last laps. But I don't think he had the pace for that. But anyways, this is the last lap, and there's someone behind us. I don't know who this was, but there was a back marker behind us, and I was like, I was constantly monitoring this. I didn't want to have him like launching up the inside of a hairpin and just knock me out or something. So I was like, if he wants to pass, I'm just gonna leave all the space in the world because I don't really mind. He does it here though, which is confusing because I was like, what is he doing? So I just left space. I lost some time because of it, but you know, I had.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just leaving space, but.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird move from Frigoto in my opinion, but
too, man.
he didn't have anything to fight for. But you know, it is what it is. We get P4 anyways. Really good result. So yeah, I'm very proud of what we did this race. Axel did finish ahead of Alex, but he did get another penalty. I don't know what that was from.
Great job, guys. P4, P6.
But it basically means that Alex does outscore Axel, and it's a P4 and 5 this race, which is just amazing considering we didn't have the car to do this. So
I should have went in 1 lap earlier. Then I think I could have held him with the 5 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah, but I held him up for like 1 cent, so I hope so. Yeah, but in the end, I just that car is faster. You can't like catch up to him.
No.
Like you just see it. But I think we get upgrades next race. So do we? Yeah.
That's funny. Alex saying we get upgrades, and the team principal saying really, because he is the one who at the end of the day does the upgrades and purchases them and does stuff like that. But next upgrade package is in Monza, which is in 2 races from now. We've got Canada and then Texas, so Austin, and then after that we've got Monza, and we should be a lot more competitive then. I don't think we're going to be anywhere close to the top cars, but we should be back into P4 or maybe P3 on the grid, but you know, it is what it is. We just have to make sure we do the best we can in the summer break. After summer break, we should be more competitive and we should get better. Anyways, let's look at the results now on the graphic. P7 to P4, P10 to P5. I think it's a really good result. I think the rain helped us a lot. In the standings, we do get P4. We overtake URC, which is really good. Basically, our first race hampered us a little bit with our standing position, but I think at the end of the day, having this is really good. As we now can see, Axel's coming up right behind us, and I thought, why not just drive side by side through the pit lane?
It's still good. I would have wanted that 5th place, but yeah, just execution. I needed Yannis to be there, you know, to tell me, you know, this is the gap and blah blah blah. But anyway, at least we saved you a 4th place that way.
Again, you helped me.
I just don't know how we are so fucking slow. Like, I almost got lapped. Like, I saw Pushka behind me, and it was just, yeah. I don't fucking know. Like, people got penalties all over. I think Poland's as well. Everybody, like, we're still like over a minute.